Good morning and happy Monday. I am working on my budget, and this is the budget that I've been working on. I want to show you, though, better than this, the pages I've done before this, because it's important to see that it doesn't start out that way. So I want you to know that this is the original budget. There was some issues with trying to figure out how all the money was going to land. I even figured out the next paycheck. And then this is where I ended at with this. But of course, this is not the names. These here are not the names of my envelopes. So I did write them down again. But when I wrote them down, I started with the wrong names, and then I crossed them out, writing down the amounts, and then I have updated that as well. So this is going to be my budget for my July 31st paycheck. Give me just a second here, so sorry. My July 31st paycheck. Bountiful Arcana is going to be my income. And you can see that orange highlighted spot. That's going to be where that is. Then Vanishing Cash App. I'm going to pay off my Cash App. Okay. And then I'm going to recast my Cash App burden. So I'm going to reborrow $875. I put a plus there so that way I knew what that was. Sanctuary dues is my rent, and that's $800. Weight of Oaths is $338. Scrying Network, this is my cell phone and internet, and that one is $37. Vanishing Milestone is going to be $51. Vanishing Capital One, number 1, is $35. And that's going to get us down to, Vanishing Capital One, number 1. And then we're going to do ebb and flow. Ebb and flow is my variables. So whatever is left, we're going to, so like, let's say that this is $100. Then $100 is going to go into ebb and flow. Okay. And that will zero out my budget. This is a zero-based budget. We want nothing left at the end. So we're going to end this at the ebb and flow. And then we're going to separate out the ebb and flow. So for sure, with ebb and flow, we want to make sure that we have $40 for propulsion potion, because that's our gas, and $50 for our cauldron supplies. This includes my dog's food, because, you know, how can you not feed her? Look at that baby. Look at that baby. She's such a good baby. So we're going to go ahead and get some food for her, and leave $30 for like update to my pantry. So anything I need to make meals. Glamour spells is in there for our beauty rituals. Midnight diversions for entertainment. Curiosities and oddities for personal spending or any additional items I need. Tavern feast is eating out. I've been putting less and less in tavern feast. It's not that I'm not eating out, but I have turned things like midnight diversions into my eating out. So like it is considered an entertainment form instead of just, grabbing food real quick. All right. So I wanted to show you that. And then we do need to unstuff our books. So this is my Eternal Oblation. So these are my monthly bills. And we're going to go ahead and update this by pulling out the money. And actually, let me put this on pause for just a second. Okay, so we are going to unstuff our money. This is our Eternal Oblation binder. And this is going to be the money that we had for the month of July. We're going to unstuff it, and we're going to get it ready for August, because our next paycheck is coming up at the end of the month here, and we're going to go ahead and get ready for that. So this is $800. We're taking it out. 500, 200, 100. Okay, and sorry, it's a little lopsided there. Defensive Wars, we paid that this month. That one was $215. We actually just paid that last paycheck. So we're going to do the $200 right there. And we're going to do the 10s and 5s over here. 10 and 5. Okay. Scrying Network. We paid that last month, 110. So we're going to pay 110 back. Or pay. We're going to just take it out. Clear out the folder. This is Forbidden Woods. I actually haven't labeled this, and I keep forgetting to. Oh, I have money in there. So we put $20 in there for that. We'll pull that out. I actually need to take that up to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, so that way I can ride on my favorite rides. All right. So Iron Chariot. This is my car payment. It's $575. So actually it's less than that now, and we will go ahead and start accommodating for it being less. Sorry, I'm spreading out this money so that way we have more room for it. 75. All right, and then 20s are over here. Oh, sorry, moved my arm in the wrong way. So we've got the smaller bills here, bigger bills here, little dog there. Weight of Oaths, I paid this twice this month. I pay it on the 5th and on the 20th. So that one, we're going to pull that money out. Let's count it because, you know, we might as well. So when you get personal loans and stuff like that, it may not hurt so much at the time because like this one, I pay $337.05 every 2 weeks. Twice a month on the 5th and on the 20th. And when I pay that, it doesn't seem like a lot, you know, it seems like, you know, just a little bit. And so it's surprising how quickly it adds up. So like this one, there's 200, so that's 400, 500, 600. We're already at $600. 640, 50, 60. 2 more 5s. Sorry. All right, sorry about that. It's my phone and camera are not working so happily for me, but I just wanted to go over, this is my banishing book right here. I did just pay off my Victoria's Secret. I took the payment. I made a $40 payment and then a $45 payment to them to pay it off. And that one is paid off, so that way going forward in August, I will not have that bill to worry about. I have also paid off European Wax Center, which if you've ever had them, you get like a subscription to them. I've paid off my K's bill, and I have paid these other ones off already, but I did recharge on them. So I'm paying off my Torrid. Yes, that's right. I have 170 left to pay off on Torrid. So my next bill isn't going to be due until the middle to the end of next month. And then my Ulta, we have $91. I was going to pay that one off, but because that amount is so high, it's just better if I wait. It's not going to serve me to pay it off right now. Oh, and I forgot to take the amount for the Torrid out. Sorry about that, guys. I've got to take these money out because that's what this video is supposed to be doing. It's supposed to be unloading my thing. So I had paid $40. We're going to put that in my little thing. Same thing for Ulta. It is also $40. By the way, I did close my Victoria's Secret. So when you're trying to build credit, you want to try not to close cards. But they charged me interest and then charged me a late fee when they charged me interest like 3 days after the bill closed. So I didn't even know that the interest was there until the next month, which is ridiculous, by the way. And their resolution to that was, well, you had the app, so you should have known. And, you know, granted, probably should have known, but I'm not going to deal with a company that charges me after they close the bill and then expects me to do all the legwork. If they're going to charge me a bill, I would like to receive the bill. You know? Anyway, don't do business with Victoria's Secret. It's not worth your time or energy. This was my Cash App payment, by the way, guys. So Cash App is one that you can borrow from, and then they keep raising your limit. And when you borrow from them, it does create like a almost, I almost want to say like an addiction. You have to keep borrowing because you are going to be short that much unless you make extra amounts. So you just kind of have to do what you can to get it down. This one is for my milestones. That was $51 I paid on them. Capital One number one, I paid $110 on them at the beginning of the month. Okay. So Capital One number one, we paid Indigo, we paid Milestone, we paid, sorry, I'm not even over here. Sorry. Let me try that again. So we cleared out all of these. We cleared out Capital One, cleared out Indigo, cleared out Milestone, cleared out Cash App. That's what CA stands for, Cash App. Cleared out Capital One number two. Yeah, we did. Good. And then we also cleared out Ulta. That one is at $91. Actually, I'm going to move that one to the front because we're going to probably pay that one off before the Torrid. The Torrid has $170 balance left, so we'll pay that one off as we go. But here is my beautiful money that I use to pay my bills electronically. When you are budgeting, a lot of times using electronic money, so using your debit account or credit card to pay a bill, can sometimes not feel, you sometimes don't feel that hit, you know, that pain of being without that money. So when you don't feel it, it's hard for you to reconcile, oh, I've spent my money on this. Whereas if you actually take something that looks and feels like money to you, it's cemented in your head. You put it in an envelope, you know you've paid it, and you feel that pain a little bit, you know, of, okay, I've actually paid this out, and if I didn't have to pay that out, I would have that money, because for a brief moment in time, you can see that you have that money in your hands, and it makes all the difference in the world. My little band broke off my money here. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry if you can't see what's going on. So these are banded. Oops. These are banded. They have a little band on them. And I was putting them in the little trays with the denominations. And the one for the twos broke. It just came apart. It's okay. Not a big thing. Just, I was trying to work with it and it wasn't working with me. By the way, guys, in case you didn't know, I did hurt my shoulder a while back. That's one of the reasons why I needed to start doing my budgeting again and be really serious about it, because I ended up without a paycheck for 2 weeks. And when I ended up without a paycheck for 2 weeks, it really actually hurt me financially. So I need to, and I have to have surgery on my shoulder because I have a torn labrum and a, basically my muscle in my shoulder looks like if you took off your sleeve from a long sleeve shirt and didn't turn the sleeve the right way, like, you know, inside out. Yeah, that's what my muscle is. So there's no amount of physical therapy that will work, but physical therapy is going to have to hold it off for right now until we can get me into surgery. I'm sorry, I'm trying to close this box. I will just put it aside. All right, so that's it for my budget, and I'm sorry that this video is in 3 parts because I don't know how to combine them, but that's where I am right now. Um, and oh, just so you know, because I didn't go over this, I did have an older budget that I had. Let me see if I can open it to it. Okay, so this is the older budget I had, where I had lots of money in my variables. I did have to reduce it when I realized that I was going to have to pay those bills that